Great morning. This is Tony with Tony's Playhouse and Learning Services coming to you from the Playroom. We're in the reading corner again. I have another interesting book for you. Oh, excuse me. It's called Caps for Sale. A lot of the preschoolers that I teach in school and tutor really love this funny book. Um, Caps for Sale. Once there was a peddler who sold caps, but he was not like any ordinary peddler carrying his wares on his back. He carried them on top of his head. First he had on his own checked cap, then a bunch of gray caps, then a bunch of brown caps, then a bunch of blue caps, and on the very top, a bunch of red caps. So it also helps your children learn colors. He walked up and down the streets, holding himself very straight, so as not to upset his caps. As he went along, he called, "Caps! Caps for sale! 50 cents a cap!" One morning, he couldn't sell any caps. He walked up the street and he walked down the street calling, "Caps! Caps for sale! 50 cents a cap!" But nobody wanted any caps that morning. Nobody wanted even a red cap. He began to feel very hungry, but he had no money for lunch. "I think I'll go for a walk in the country," he said, and he walked out of town, slowly, slowly, so as not to upset his caps. He walked for a long time until he came to a great big tree. "That's a nice place for a rest," thought he, and he sat down very slowly under the tree and leaned back little by little against the tree trunk so as not to disturb the caps on his head. Then he put up his hand to feel if they were straight. First his own checked cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, then the red caps, on the very top. What season is this? Can you tell what season this is by how the trees look? They were all there, so he went to sleep. He slept for a long time. When he woke up, he was refreshed and rested. See something different? But before standing up, he felt with his hand to make sure his caps were in the right place. All he felt was his own checked cap. He looked to the right of him. No caps. He looked to the left of him. No caps. He looked in back of him. No caps. He looked behind the tree. No caps. Then he looked up into the tree. And what do you think he saw? On every branch sat a monkey. On every monkey was a gray or brown or blue or a red cap. The peddler looked at the monkeys. The monkeys looked at the peddler. He didn't know what to do. Finally, he spoke to them. "You monkeys, you," he said, shaking a finger at them. "You give me back my caps." But the monkeys only shook their fingers back at him and said, "Tis, tis, tis." This made the peddler angry, so he shook both hands at them and said, "You monkeys, you give me back my caps." But the monkeys only shook both their hands back at him and said, "Tis, tis, tis." Now he felt quite angry. He stamped his foot and he said, "You monkeys, you better give me back my caps." But the monkeys only stamped their feet back at him and said, "Tss, tss, tss." By this time, the peddler was really very, very angry. He stamped both his feet and shouted, "You monkeys, you must give me back my caps." But the monkeys only stamped both their feet back at him and said, "Tss, tss, tss." At last, he became so angry that he pulled off his own cap, threw it on the ground, and began to walk away. But then each monkey pulled off his cap. And all the gray caps, and all the brown caps, and all the blue caps, and all the red caps came flying down out of the tree. So the peddler picked up his caps and put them back on his head. First his own checked cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, then the red caps on the very top. And slowly, slowly, he walked back to town calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." It's a great opportunity, this book, is to introduce the children to money. He was selling them for 50 cents. And counting. You can count how many caps the peddler had, or even counting the branches on the tree, or counting the monkeys. Like I said before, it's a great opportunity to teach colors, and also to get the children to mimic you when you're testing and training. But it's a great funny book, but lots of opportunities to include and encourage development in counting and colors and recognition. You can recall what happened first. What did the peddler do first, and which color caps did he have on his head, even patterns. So this story has been brought to you by Tony's Playhouse and Learning Services, where I tutor preschoolers to second grade, and they're having a phenomenal summer because a lot of them are not being repetitive with their tutoring, but I understand because I do not want you to have an awful summer. So enjoy and have a great day, and I hope your little one enjoyed that book. Thank you.